Timothy Bean and Bianca Burns. It's Aaliyah Boston and Megan Gustafson into this game. 5-4, 3-3, 4-3, 1-1 on the road. It's so interesting how much energy the Fire have been able to create early in this young. One of the dominant teams in the league over the last 2 years in the Clark will control the tip. Here's Clark already working with defender. The slip to Boston, the finish at the cup.
Really nice slip from Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark serves it up to her on point inside.
Clark leads the W and a 100 assist in that game against Golden State, even though they lost. Late picked up in the expansion draft, played with the Valkyries last season, dumps it over to Carlton, 5 to shoot. Carver Mitchell can't get it, offensive rebound claimed by Poch. Late, down the middle, left hand, scoops it in. Billings inside, checked by Carlton. Billings the extra step, and they're going to call a travel turnover, Portland ball.
Both teams looking to assert themselves in the paint. One dribble and CC delivers it.
That's one thing that they wanted to establish early, was the inside presence to Aaliyah Boston.
And Alex Sarama, head coach of Portland, telling us they struggled to guard Boston in their first matchup.
For the Fire, they want to attack the switches of Portland. Poch to the cup, can't get it, ball knocked out of bounds. Fever ball.
Talk about Carla Late, so important for her to get dense, and then the left-handed scoop, that was pretty.
Late has been terrific as of late. She's had 4 straight games of double figures. Pull from outside, her first miss against the Fire this season.
Clark just pursuing the offensive boards. No one boxed her out.
That is one of the weaknesses for this Portland Fire team. They are last in the W in rebounds per game. Gustafson down low, checked by Clark. They go over the top, and it's a wild pass out of bounds.
Would have loved to see Inkster there. Give it back to Carlton, who was on the same side as the mismatch. And
the player, you see that opportunity when you've got a big on a guard. You want to get there as fast as possible, but you have to be a little patient.
Yeah, you know the defense is going to want to try to switch back right away.
Traffic to develop. It's Billings on the wing. Boston, the handoff to Clark. Clark corralled by 2. Clark, another jumper off the heel. Tapped aloud by Boston. Well, Mitchell, what a cut. What a delivery from Clark.
It's a little around the world for Clark, and Mitchell, like you said, timely cut.
Another offensive rebound for Indiana. Early 6-2 lead for the Fever. Fever, the top-ranked offense in the W. They've had an improving defense late. Step back triple. It's short. Hole with the board. Clark catch. The vision from Clark, and Boston to the rim, and Indiana sprints out to an 8-2 lead.
And those two can connect at such a high level. Caitlin Ford,
she's going to cheer if they're playing against each other, but she's happy for Caitlin, the success she's had and how far she's come. She said it's great to be celebrating both of us tonight.
Yeah, certainly 2 exceptional players in Hawkeye history, Fever. And they're going to correct that to be against Monique Billings. So Indiana out to this 8-2 lead. Shot somehow goes off the glass. Look at how fast Indiana flies down the floor to attack. Hole, corner 3, rolls out, thanks for the rebound.
See Hole, really good three-point shooter from the corner.
He was perfect in the previous matchup. Has started this game 0 for 2 from the floor. Carlton waiting for the screen from Poch. Looking to attack Clark right now. Goes to her left. Carlton at the free throw line. And that's going to be a foul on Caitlin Clark. Her first personal.
Second play in a row that we're seeing ISO action. And Caitlin Clark, the spin move, the nice finish off the glass with the outstretched right hand. That is clever.
So Clark, Hull, and Boston will check out. And Raven and Maisha Hines-Allen, who's celebrating her 31st birthday, stepping onto the floor. Sarah Ashley Barker checking in for Portland. Tough pass back. Cullen gets the hoop.
Meg Gustafson getting the start today and making it count. On the switch, I love the hand that she's calling for the blitz and finished through contact. She grabbed that ball over the head of Kelsey Mitchell.
The foul was on Hines-Allen as Gustafson. That's a little quickly built. A mini
team that defensively, I believe, can be one of the best in this league if they're playing on one accord and using their athleticism.
Pooner the slip. That's going to be a foul on the floor. They're going to get Sophie. Was another key thing the officials talked about emphasizing this season?
Booner, nice timely slip. We're seeing more slips in the game this year because of the emphasis on step. I could see the contact on the lower body. Talk about that freedom of movement.
First free throw is good for Booner, and checking in last Friday. She played 4 games with Seattle. So you see already some of the foul trouble. Hines Allen picking up those 2 fouls. Indiana having to go deeper in their bench. Booner threads the free throw, their lead. Aggressive trapping defense that'll come out from the fire. They are not shy about gambling sometimes. They lead the W in forced turnovers per game. Van Schulzen sets her feet wide open for 3. No good. Barker, the board. Barker whips it ahead to Carlton. Carlton working against Van Schulzen. Crossover into the throw. Which is much better. You've seen some of that action early on.
The Fever, a team that switches the most defensive 1 through 5, which means that players like Meg Gustafson may get guarded by a guard. That's why you've seen her twice have and-ones in the paint, taking advantage of that mismatch.
Mitchell blows by 3 defenders for the Fiver. Portland coming off a loss last night against Atlanta. Carlton pokes it away. They're going to get her with a foul. On the backside, it's actually going to be on the left arm as she was knocking it away. So Carlton getting the first foul of the game for herself. Top 3 in the W in steals per game is Carlton. What do you think about that one?
Foul needed to be called.
Mitchell trying to work the ball screen. 2 defenders chase her. Mitchell, the scoop, rolls up ahead. It's Barker running the floor. Carlton, perfect positioning. Carlton sneaks it in.
Textbook transition offense. Pass, layup.
It's a 15-er. Ty Harris just checked in. Gives the ball back to the Fire.
And I tell you what, it's no secret that Portland is being more opportunistic in terms of traps when Caitlin Clark is not on the floor guard. A team like the Aces, in which you know the superstars and you know how good they are, or a team like the Fire that don't necessarily have one superstar, but they've got multiple players that you need to guard. She said it's harder to guard the team with multiple.
It's now a 19-2 run as it continues. Clark tries free, looking for her first deep 3. No good. That rebound back into the hands of Barker. Great opportunities. Barol, Engsler broken up by Clark. She read it all day. And then Clark fouled in the open floor by Oblak. Well, let's take a look at the upcoming WNBA. Vegas Aces traveling to Golden State on NBC and Peacock. Then on Monday, Seattle matches up against Dallas on USA Network. Later, Minnesota takes on Phoenix on Peacock and NBCSN. For more on the WNBA app. This is a transition take foul as well, so a heads-up play by Clark to alert the official to that.
Definitely, and I mean, you know, when she gets defensive rebound or steal, she is looking defense that she showed, expecting that ball to hit the roller because it's worked so well early, and then she plays chestnut checkers and intercepts the pass.
And then going to the floor, who is a little shaken up, but another foul against Indiana and a dead ball foul there. So Timpson picking up the foul there. Left here in the opening quarter. Portland has rode a 19-3 run to build a 10-point lead. Indiana with the top-ranked offense in the W, sitting at just 11. Window, too strong, loose ball. Harris chases it down. 2-on-1 opportunity. Harris will slow it down. You maybe want to see her attack there.
Now that's got to be a pass to a layup. 2-on-1. You got to be able to convert a high round.
Boston able to get a hand on it, but Indiana now 0 for 7 from outside to start this game.
Feels like they're playing on their heels a bit right now, the way that Portland has transitioned. But to me, this is a side of the floor in which the Fever need to get it back. Can you get stops consecutively in a row?
Engsler gets it over to Late. Clark switched on to her. Late attacking, lowers the head, able to roll it in. Late getting going early in this one.
She is so dynamic one-on-one.
Dribble flips it over to Harris. Just over 1:30 left here in the first quarter. 12-point lead for the Fire. Poked away by Potts. That's going to be a foul at the point of attack. 3, no good. Engsler comes skying in for the board. Stepping through, behind her back. Wow, what a finish.
Wow.
That jersey.
New York City tough from M. Man, this is huge because this is what she does on this team. Offensive rebounds, does not give up on the play, just out-hustles every into it, and then the crafting. Shout out to my college teammate, Q-Spam. Emily doing work in the paint early.
Clark was fouled in the open floor. Just a heads-up play by her to attack the cup. And for their season low scoring in the first quarter, they also had 14 points in the first quarter at Golden State on Thursday. But as Clark with those 3 early assists, sitting on 4 points at the moment.
I would expect in the second quarter to see more of Kelsey Mitchell, maybe getting into the action offensively, and maybe a little bit more of Mo Billings as well, and an inside presence.
Portland will get one last look at it to end. Trying to find the roll. They doubled it. Gustafson, the catch. Gustafson up with the left. It's been automatic. It's Luton to try and beat the horn. They don't get it off.
Finishing possessions. What I'm more impressed with is the offensive rebounding, the way that they are attacking the offensive glass and generating second chance opportunities. 9 of those early, just in the first quarter.
How does Indiana
Out of that
respond?
huddle, I watched Coach Stephanie White emphatically storm over to that bench, and she got on them just about the effort and how they need to do a better
It's
job.
not there as Boston got ahead to Clark. Clark coast to coast takes the contact. No whistle. Ball bounces out of bounds. It'll be Fever ball.
2 came to Clark. I thought there was at this point, it's a brick wall that you're going into.
Indiana without a field goal since the 7:30 mark in the first quarter. Mitchell trying to put a stop to that. She can't get it, but she does pick up the foul.
The baseline out of bounds execution, and Mitchell found herself open in the restricted area.
Mitchell with just 2 points, 1 of 4 from the floor. The Fever squad guiding them to Game 5 of the semifinals against the Aces. Misses the first free throw. Well, tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern, catch beach volleyball at its best. Live from Belmar, New Jersey, live on Paramount Plus. How is Belmar, New Jersey? You're from Jersey?
Yeah, decent. Good place for some beach volleyball, I'll tell you that.
Mitchell splits a pair.
She has been dynamic.
The foul was on Gustafson, and one shot gets picked up for the foul before the ball was inbound. We look at her career and the scoring going up, because with a lot of players taken in the expansion draft, their teams maybe didn't have the highest minutes. They're getting picked up to now be marquee players, and you're seeing players like Carlton and Late step up to the responsibility.
Now, what I love so much about Late's story, being on an expansion team and knowing what it takes to be good, and has brought that here to the Fire.
Johnson crossover from up top. Shot clock at 3. Mitchell flips it, pass deflected, tips it. They're going to call a shot clock violation. She was just a beat too slow.
Was so close. But let me tell you what I'm seeing in that possession. Ball movement. Ball movement. The ball moves side to side. Just a half a second late. But the ball movement looked much better in that half-court set for the Fever.
7th turnover for the Fever. How about the Fire, who had 28 turnovers last night in that loss? It was Johnson that came over to try and challenge the shot, and Booner will head to the free throw line.
Booner, a little bit of contact.
I was going to say,
Austin,
a little physical
yes,
right
a little too much contact, but not called. Boston trying to help, picks up the extra one.
Ranch from the producers of Yellowstone, starring Cole Hauser, Kelly Riley, Ed Harris, and Annette Benning. Dutton Ranch, now streaming on Paramount Plus. The rookie hits the second free throw for Portland with 7 minutes left here in the first half. Mitchell pops free, works around the Boston screen. Gustafson switches onto her. He picks up another foul. And that's the 3rd personal on Carla Late.
Like she was trying to get back.
He's having a conversation with the officials about how some of the off-ball defenders are grabbing either the screeners or the rollers by the waist, and that was an off-ball foul there. So we'll see if they tighten the whistle. Johnson attack. Johnson working against Booner into the paint. Tough 1-2 step and draws the foul. You love her game. You love her game.
Well, it's the aggressiveness that she's playing. Her season best last game, that she's playing with more aggression. She's not afraid to get into the paint, to play physical, and to score the basketball. And I think what I liked most about what Steph White picks up, that Raven Johnson is so fast with the basketball, they feel like they almost play faster with her as the one. But she is showing an intention to score the basketball. And if you watch Raven Johnson, point guard, utility player, set up her team and a defensive stopper. But in the next level, she said, I can score the ball.
Was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and now we got for Indiana as well as Clark. Mitchell gets a hand on it, deflects it back to Carlson. 12 to shoot. Oblak. Mitchell switches late onto her. Oblak gets Indiana. This one might also be against Johnson. It is. So Johnson picks up her third personal in the first half.
She's trying to guard Geiselsuter inside. Not frustrated with just the start of this game on the road for the Fever. Also lost the last one to the Valkyries, so they're trying to get back on track.
Indiana shooting just 25%. Oblak inside. Poch attacking. Pop a shot. Can't get it. Gets her own miss. How about the hustle?
You can see her athleticism there. Her miss. And as the shooter, you have the best idea of where that ball is going to fall. Timpson doesn't box her out. She makes them pay. Too many of those plays where the hustle is halftime. And if I'm really being honest, we're playing professional basketball. Hustle shouldn't be a thing we have to talk about.
Well said, well said. So Mitchell will go to the free throw line. That last foul was on Sarah Ashley Barker, about 80 feet. Mitchell 2 of 3 from the free throw line in the early going with 4 points. And that was one of the most pure free throws I've ever seen. Back in, I mean, that is textbook right there. Didn't even touch the rim.
I feel like the pace of play for the Fever needs to take it up a notch. They're not getting things in transition. They like to play stops so we can get our best offense going. 2
perfect free throws. Still a 19-point advantage for Portland. A lot of time left in this game, though. Clark, Cunningham, Hines Allen, Timpson. Here's Mitchell. Foot on the gas, dumps it off. Hines Allen's rolling to the cup and a great finish.
Love that Mitchell off of the defense, and Hines Allen does.
Drive on Hines Allen, rolling. Her step back, it's short. Ball tap free. That's going to be a loose ball foul on Geiselsuter. That'll be Indiana down on the other end.
The Fire. Ball deep into the paint. Geiselsuter. What a beautiful pass, right on the money. And Sarah Ashley Barker was a huge scorer in college. That is an easy.
Barker talked about how Portland now feels like home for her and what it meant joining this expansion team. And from the very first day she stepped foot in Portland, it just franchise in this season and getting a chance to build the culture was just something that was so special to her. The WNBA app built by Deloitte is your home court for all things WNBA. Stay in the game with the latest schedule QR code to download now. So you've got Indiana, the top-rated offense in the W that beat Portland by 17 less than 2 weeks ago. Hey, this game is just gone now.
You know, it also feels like 2 different games because the last time they played, there were 3 players for the Portland Fire that were waived. I mean, they have revamped their roster in the last 10 days in this quarter.
She has stepped it up on 3 different possessions. Carlton pokes it away, and then a foul was whistled. It'll go against Carlton. That'll be her second.
She's going to make the pass, getting the deflection, fought her off. Oh, how about the change in direction she was going to go with, and then that's how she draws the foul on the ball manipulation.
It's good for Indiana. It's been Mitchell with really individual plays that have led to runouts, and Indiana starting to chop away at what was once a 20-point lead for Portland.
That's that. She's the back-end defender on a lot of action, so she needs to communicate a bit better. And it seemed like talking to her, Sophie, and Caitlin, that communication is the main thing right now defensively.
It's 2 steals. Lead is 14 for Portland still with just over 3 minutes left here in the first half. 10 assists on 16 field goals for the Fire. Cunningham comes over for the
by Steph White. The help now intercepting the pass to the roller.
Indiana still without a 3. They're 0 for 9. Boston. Hines Allen. It was the right read, just couldn't quite. Indiana. It's just their second consecutive game here.
And yesterday, I mean, they lost that game, but for 3 quarters, they played great basketball.
Barker, the crossover, no whistle, can't convert. Clark will hunt it into the hands for the Fire, so they also get possession. That turns into a defensive stop on that challenge ice. Everything you could ask for.
Great job by the staff just to see that.
Also trying to get it in bounds. 3 on 2. It's Exler that catches it on the run, flips it ahead. Barker, this would be a big one for 3. No good. Still does not have a made 3. Boston doesn't get any easier than that catch and finish.
Rotations were wonky in that possession for the Fire.
Clark now still over 1 minute left here in the opening half as one of the biggest surprises in the W. The Fire have been surprising this half. Barker 3, too strong, rebound into the hands of Clark. Clark to Boston has been the connection. They do it again. Boston kicks it out. Cunningham for three. It's good. The first made three of the half for Indiana.
Boston, I thought she could have went up with the layup, but saw Cunningham. He's a 41% three-point shooter as of late.
It's a season high in points and a half so far for the Five. Barker wasn't. Two more for her.
A hesitation. Just froze Clark for a second to get her the advantage.
About a 4-second differential here. Mitchell waiting for the screen. It's Boston that sets it. Boston rolls. Hines Allen the drive. Hines Allen puts it up. Dies at the rim. Swatted out of bounds by Exler. It'll be Indiana.
50 points in this first half. A lot of ISO ball for the Fire. Barker just along the baseline makes away. Tough finish.
So one last look for the Fever here. Clark to inbound. It's Mitchell. Between the legs, flips it over, and then a foul down low against Oblak. And 6 seconds remaining.
Cunningham, a taller guard, sometimes plays the 4 for the Fever. You could just see her trying to create a duck-in opportunity in the post. Yes.
Cunningham with 5 points off the bench. She has just been one of those veteran vocal presences for this Indiana. Listen, this is a team that's battle-tested. They have dealt with injuries and different lineups and adversity, and being down 14 at half. Certainly something that they...
I think there are a lot of just self-inflicted wounds that have been in the first half.
Where does Portland look here at 4.6?
Gotta go quick.
Oblak hustling. Oblak eyeing the clock. Hines Allen, opportunity. But the Fire remains hot here in Portland. They lead 50-37. It's a season high for points and a half for Portland. And their offensive identity, when shots are falling, that's a challenge to then bring the intensity on the defensive side. Carlton, the 1-2 step goes off the glass for 2 more.
4 minutes of this quarter, extremely important, especially for the Fever if they want to close the gap. A good hand by Potch.
It's a loose ball. Billings will scoop it up, saves it to Holtz, and lowers the shoulder. Tough finish.
She needs to be assertive in the paint.
Mitchell led the way for Indiana with 10 points. Clark had 5 points, 4 assists, but again, the hustle. Indiana being out-rebounded by Portland at this moment, and Hull's going to pick up a foul, defending late on the perimeter.
Also, those Fire, they are forcing the Fever to rotate. Aaliyah Boston told us the key to their defense today was to not be a step late. That's what she felt like her team has been defensively in previous games.
It can be really difficult as Engsler's going to be whistled for the offensive foul. And Engsler will pick up.
That was interesting because it was on the drive. But it had to be the offhand, her left hand.
Billings will challenge. They were successful on their previous challenge. The Fire will try to go 2 for 2. One more look, your eyes. We'll take a look closer when we come back and get your thoughts. Mitchell comes out of the huddle on the perimeter. Clark back from Boston, flips the pass to Boston. Boston, weak side, Hull lines up the triple. Off the heel, no good. Exler trying to step through Mitchell. Top 10. Oh, and it drops.
The touch. Nice and soft.
Beyond the arc, that rattles home.
See how great of a screener Aaliyah Boston is. Just completely took Mitchell's defender out of the picture. Left a wide open look.
Indiana just the Fever will start to heat up. Exler inside, Gustafson the flipper, and you can't stop it.
The quick duck in, the quick turn and finish, starting roll.
She's perfect from the floor. Johnson no good. Exler the board. Exler flips a pass to Barker. Cunningham defending her. Barker but is able to pick up the foul.
Gustafson in the paint, just immediately ducks in. A quick turn and finish. You know that when you got that mismatch, the help defense is going to come. Aaliyah Boston is going to come. So before the defense could react, she turns, finishes, and it's not surprised at all. This is a WNBA champion, but she looks very good.
That pedigree that you insert into this roster of a lot of players that haven't reached that summit, it for Portland every player is embracing their role. I mean, here's Sarah Ashley Barker, who was an absolute scorer in college, embracing the fact that she can come off the bench and light it up in those minutes.
Mindset of this team. Everyone knows that they need everyone. This team can play 10 deep, 11 deep. Barker just one that's playing a higher level of basketball because of the opportunity.
Bruner trying to defend Hines Allen. Tough spin and take to the rim.
I've seen Maisha Hines Allen make that move since I was about 10 years old playing against her at AAU.
Gustafson, it's like clockwork, folks. And then Portland, I believe, might have forced the turnover on the other end. They're going to give it back to Indiana. That was off the Fever, but one more on the catch here.
And the connection between these two, and Lake takes that extra dribble, decides to read the defense, and then finds her. I tell you what, Gustafson great too at that target hand on the roll.
She's the leading scorer, 17 points, 6 of 6 from the floor. Boston fading away from the double.
And has something to say about it on the way back.
The lead is still 18 for Portland, near the halfway mark of the third quarter. Black flips it over to Gustafson. Mitchell defending. Barker loses her dribble. Carlton goes on the baseline. Booner, pump fake. Booner, 1-2 step. Oh, the fancy footwork floats it in. Mitchell, one thing on her mind, and Booner will head to the bench. 4 of the 5 starters for the Fire at double figures. Barker with 9 off the bench. Black to Enxler. And we've got a 3 in the key called. Don't see that every day. And that'll give the ball back to Indiana.
Now, one of the few self-inflicted wounds that Portland has had here today.
Ice, the energy, the hustle, and the second of a back-to-back. They had 28 turnovers last night or this evening. Mitchell playing a little cat and mouse. 2 defenders chasing her. Flips it over. Harris hit one earlier. Harris can't connect on another one. Barker, eyes up. Aggressively attacking the cup. Stops on a dime. Can't get it. Here come the Fever. And Potch will cut off Cunningham.
Now she's stopped that.
And Mitchell simply unable to handle the pass. Cunningham says, my bad as well. Just another misconnection. There's been a couple of miscues like that for Indiana with 15 turnovers.
You get a little bit more sped up, so you just decide to drive before catching and ripping.
Timpson deflects it out of bounds. Lake will check back into the game. Boston again with those 4 fouls. Boston, 14 points, 3 rebounds. The Fire go here, and Cunningham showing those wide arms, trying to cover as much territory as possible. Inside, they weave it right to Enxler.
It's Carla Lake. She has a little Sue Bird-esque to her game in the way that she sets up her teammates.
18 assists for the Fire. Cunningham, the crossover to the corner. Harris open for 9th. One shy of having a double-double to go along with those 13 points. Late, sure-handed. Boston a little too aggressive on the...
And those are the cons of having a defense that switches, is trying to switch 1 through 5. It puts Aaliyah Boston in a really vulnerable position, trying to guard Carla Lake.
And it sends Lake to the free throw line. On top of it, you're giving more easy opportunities for Portland. Well, live CBS June 7th, global super performances from Broadway's hottest shows, the Tony Awards. Live CBS June 7th and streaming on Paramount+. Have an expansion draft, Ice, because you get to essentially handpick your culture and roles. We saw the success of the Valkyries last year making it to the playoffs. You're seeing it right now with how well both Portland and the support they're getting at their home arenas. It's been a perfect recipe so far.
Everyone has talked about the atmosphere here and how Habit... Oh, that almost went in. How Habit was going to be huge, especially on a back-to-back.
So Gustafson called for the foul. It'll be her 3rd. One more look at where did this foul occur to call it on the floor.
It was close.
Can Clark get going? She's been bogged down by foul trouble. The step back fadeaway, it's no good. And then a loose ball foul. That's her 3rd foul. But it also sends Portland back to the free throw line.
Getting the offense to click, chemistry, but chemistry is equally as important defensively. And you just get the feeling that the Fever are how they're going to rotate and communicating early, often, and often.
You mentioned the hustle for Portland. Coach, it almost feels that by nature, the way the defense is designed, it forces you to play a beat faster and to hustle on that end.
It's the ultimate disruptive style. I mean, they want to press full court. They want to track opportunity.
Late with the steal, diving into the scorer's table, unable to save it. But many in this crowd here at the Fire Pit rising to their feet, applauding about women's sports, and they have just embraced this Portland Fire team in the young season. 22-point advantage for the Fire, under a minute left here. Out upon by Barker. Clark, the backdoor cut, she's going to be fouled. The foul goes against Barker. That's her second.
Clark knows that teams are going to try to deny her, especially one pass away or from getting the handoff action. So backdoor attacking the baseline was open.
First free throw's good for Clark. Some tough sledding for her this evening. We've talked about how physical the Portland defense has been, and Clark, a rare miss from her. Fire Pit.
That's a good look. Like they were chosen to be a part of this.
Simpson, excellent roll to the rim for the finish.
And she's been getting more minutes as of late under Steph White because of her defensive ability and athleticism. I mean, they tried to go zone, but that did not slow down Portland. In fact, I thought they passed better out of the zone.
Shot clock. Carlton defended by Boston. Carlton tried to center, lost the ball. Carlton blocked by Boston. And a stop for Indiana to be. So clearly for the Fever, it has just been an off night shooting the ball. 4 of 18 from 3 for 22 efficiency. The 21 assists for Portland. They find themselves in this hole at the moment. Mitchell.
The road is hard.
4 to shoot. Timpson, the catch, the floater, no good. Enxler now has a double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Late. Check by Johnson. Enxler rolls. It's Barker in the corner. She's got 2 threes already.
What a find from late.
Boston outside to Cunningham. Timpson down low. The rifle from Cunningham. She's blocked. Timpson again. No good, but a whistle comes in. First team foul for Portland in this fourth quarter. See Timpson's last couple of possessions for Indiana.
It seems like there's so much attention going to Boston that Timpson just finding herself a little bit open in the paint, whether it's a cut down.
You have to give a lot of credit to this Portland defense, because when you're playing this aggressive style ice and you're trapped on your weak side defenders as far as where they need to be, I imagine.
We've seen that adjustment. Just where each other is going to go to help. And so therefore the helper, that concept.
They talked about how Late has just looked so comfortable, and I was his starter. Plays unimpeded with moxie. It's Barker retreating the dribble, cross-court bounds. It'll be Portland ball with 6 to shoot.
And that time the trap works fight and finds success in the paint.
And so the officials are going to slow things. And now there's a conversation about if that is against Johnson, that should be her 6th foul. And now Enxler having some words. It appears to be Cunningham. And we've got whistles going left and right. So we're going to sort out some traffic at this time for the Fever.
Yeah, at this point, they just want to put together good basketball. It's early in the season. You're still building, finish your identity. So these are valuable minutes, especially on the road. Can you weather the storm? Can you win the last 6 minutes?
Boston, the pump fake. But Stephanie White can't believe it. It'll give the ball back to the Fire.
The baseline. I only saw the right foot slide.
I was about to say, sounded a little disagreeable. Late. Here comes Mitchell with the quick closeout. Carlton. Time. Enxler. Rainbow 3. No good. Rebound to Timpson. Up ahead, it's Boston going to go right past Late and lay it in. And Boston is now down and slow to get back. Boston still with a foul on Late. But now all the focus to the free throw line. She's got 17 points, 10 assists, a double-double for her. She hits the free throw, now up to 18. And it's bringing
off the court. It was on that left leg, and I watched her getting some treatment from the athletic trainer, massaging that left calf, it appeared to be. And Aaliyah was also using that massage gun on it as well.
Thank you, Tiffany. Hate to see that. And it's already been a tough night for Indiana, and Boston has been one of the bright spots with 18 points, and now we have another foul. Whistle against Indy. Timpson will pick up the foul. Third on Timpson. Late. Checked by Mitchell. Gustafson will set the screen. Late. Over defending Gustafson. Still perfect on the evening.
Her shot selection has been perfect.
Cunningham, the three, no good. Timpson offensive rebound, re-racket for Cunningham. She gets it on this still short roll. So what impressed me too was the number of players, that's the bigs. Everybody was getting in on the action.
I feel that's something we're seeing more across the league as well. Guard screening for post players.
Parker to try and beat the clock. Can't get it. Is that down? Yeah, 1:30 left. Fire just looking to dot the I's and cross the T's. Oh, a turnover. Boomer to the cup. Good. They hit the century mark. Season high in points for the Fire. Cunningham fouled on the drive.
This is the philosophy defensively. Full court pressure, trap when you want, be opportunistic with it.
18th turnover for Indiana. This is a team, Portland, that will look to punch it. The free throw is good for Cunningham, and for Alex Arama that spent some time with the Cleveland Cavaliers, as part of their G League team. Many people call him a basketball savant, and the style that he coaches and devotes as Portland is just a minute 17 away from their 6th victory. Winterburn defended by Hull. I also say too, we pointed it out, the ability to bounce back from a subpar last night and to play this well and fluid shows a lot of maturity for a team that's been together for the first year.
Totally, couldn't agree with you more, Jordan. You know, Bridget Carlton last night, she told the team, we played 30 minutes of great basketball, 3 quarters of great basketball. It was only the 4th quarter where they didn't finish the game.
Hines Allen pivoting through, can't connect, fireball with 3 remaining. So for the Fever, still a long season, so a lot of basketball to be played, but obviously some adjustments will be made, you imagine.
Knowing the type of player Steph White was, defense is going to be the focus over the next week of how much they can clean up, how they can get on. They have so many weapons, but can you stop players from scoring?
Leffler takes a hard fall, and Harris will try to rush. Indiana looking to try and get one more bucket. It's Van Sluten, is able to roll it in, 9 points, but that will do it. The Portland Fire got 16 here at home and improved to 6-4 on the season.